So yesterday I was talking to Dave. For those of you who don't know my life, Dave is a really good friend of mine. I was talking to him about like flow, creative flow, right? Like I feel like most creatives probably know what it is when they're in it. I feel like sometimes it's kind of hard to put it to words. Here's my definition of what flow is. Like, if in whatever you believe in, you got God up here, right? And you got you down here. I think flow is this like tube that connects the two, right? And so like completely obstructed, the tube completely obstructed, that's flow, right? And I think when it's, let's say 90% obstructed, that's what we would call like block, like writer's block or whatever block. So the question kind of becomes, well, how in the world do you get in the flow, right? At least for most creatives, I think, like, for me, I'm always like, bro, like, how do I stay in flow? Because flow is like where the best stuff is made, you know what I mean? And it's effortless and it just feels good. Like, it's flow is that moment, like, you go in to paint and you start with a blank canvas, and then all of a sudden the joint's done and you're like, bro, I don't even know how I got here. Or when you're making a song and people are like, bro, how you come up with that lyric? And you're like, dog, I don't even know. Like, there's just a moment where you can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, can't attain it. Jesus, your love is so, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's just like, it's crazy. Like, flow is kind of unexplainable, but you know it when you've been in it, right? Anyway, the question for me always is like, all right, well, how do I stay in flow? Number one, I think like the way to get into flow is to like realize you're kind of not the one doing it. Like, I feel like you got to realize like, oh, I'm an instrument. I'm just being used for a second. Like, the creative ideas are coming to me. And I think if you think that, it stops you from like procrastinating. I think one of the issues that I have personally is like, I'll get inspired or I'll feel like just motivated to do something and I wait. And I think that's the enemy of flow, straight up, like right off the rip. Just enemy of flow is waiting. I think flow wants to flow, right? So the first thing is that like you gotta jump straight in it when it calls you. The second thing, like more so on like how you stay in it, is I think you gotta look at it like from two different points of views. Like, there's the creative you, which is playful, uninterrupted. Like, it's curious. It's wondering what it can do, how far it can push the limits. It's boundless. It's all that stuff, right? That's the creative you. And then there's the other part that's like the evaluator. And this is like, you need that part of you. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to exit out. You need that part because it's the part that would be like, okay, how do we market this? How do we put it out? Do we want to do a rollout? All that kind of stuff, right? Like, it's the evaluator. It's the one that's like, yeah, like, how do we do it? It's the structure around it all, right? Like, so creative you is the painting, the structure guy, the evaluator, the committee, so to speak, is the frame. You need both of them, but they have to be in their respective places, right? Because the last thing you want is for the evaluator to come out when the creative is trying to like play. And that's the second thing. Like, I feel like if you want to stay in flow, you have to be able to put those two things in their place. The creative is creating, let them run. Let the evaluator come in once it's done and it's time to edit or censor or whatever, right? Like, just don't get in your own way. So you've got like that tube going from God to you. Inside the tube is pure creative energy. It's flowing. Boom, you want it wide open. That's how it goes. So you jump straight on the idea. You're not overthinking. You're not evaluating the idea. You're just being grateful that it's happening. You're going with it. You're moving. I think, and this kind of piggybacks off of two, the second joint, I feel like the best thing to do is speed. For me, if I'm painting, like, I put fast music on and just go. I try my best to not think about it, and I just go. And I think that's important because the speed of it all is it's the kryptonite to that committee, right? It keeps the committee at bay. It stops it from getting the chance to be like, yo, people might find this weird, or yo, are you sure you want to put that mark there, or yo, you did something weird with your voice, right? Like if you're singing or whatever it is, like go fast. I think just go fast. And I think that's how you get into flow, right? And I think that's how you stay in flow for as long as possible. Uninterrupted. Just know that for me, like, I feel like, bro, if you interrupt flow, it's a good chance you won't get back into it. So a lot of the times I won't eat. I'll be in the studio and forget to eat. I think if you're a person who to me, food doesn't matter in those moments. But like, if you're a person where it matters, keep some food in your studio. You know what I mean? Like, keep food where you are, drink of water where you are, or whatever you have to do to keep that flow going. And lately, the other thing I've been finding out for me is like, I like clutter in my space. I don't like for my space to be dirty, but I like a little bit of clutter. Like if I'm painting, I want the paints all around me, right? Like I got like a plant in my studio. When there's too much open space in my studio, it bothers me. So maybe that's like the third thing, is just like knowing yourself, knowing what puts you in that mode, what keeps you in that mode in your environment, right? So you've done all the work mentally, right? Like you're not procrastinating, you're jumping straight in. You're not evaluating, you're keeping that flow going. Probably the first thing, I probably should go back, but like the third thing, now that I'm explaining it this way, is just like, you have to keep your environment conducive to like creativity and flow. And those are just the things. Like, I know it's a weird kind of, it's not weird, it's just a random conversation, but it was just a random conversation we were having. And I got a whole other, like part two to it. But yeah, I think that's how you get in and how you stay in flow.